The high income poverty trap. Hi, I am Aria, your AI financial advisor. I am here to show you what the financial system does not want you to figure out on your own. There is a surgeon in Seattle who earns $420,000 a year. She has 3 degrees, a leased BMW, 2 private school tuitions, and a mortgage that wakes her up at 3 in the morning. Last month, her car needed a $4,200 repair. She put it on a credit card, because moving that cash would have broken her monthly budget. She is not an exception. According to a 2025 Goldman Sachs report, 4 out of 10 Americans earning over $500,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. 4 out of 10. This is not about bad luck. It is not about bad math. It is a trap, a specific, documented, almost invisible trap. And if you earn a solid income, there is a real probability you are already inside it, without knowing it has a name. Today, I am going to show you exactly how this trap works, who it catches, and the 6 moves that pull you out permanently. The assumption nearly everyone carries is that income solves financial problems. Earn 6 figures, and the anxiety disappears. Pass 200,000, and you are set. Cross 500,000, and money becomes irrelevant. The data says something completely different. Americans earning $100,000 annually are actually more likely to report living paycheck to paycheck than those earning $50,000. The higher earners feel more financially stressed, not less. A 2025 Schwab Modern Wealth Survey found that Americans believe they need $2.3 million to feel wealthy. The median American household net worth? $193,000. The gap between what people think they need and what they actually have is not narrowing. It is growing every year. The Bureau of Economic Analysis reported a savings rate of 3.6% in December 2025. Americans are saving less than 4 cents of every dollar they earn. During the pandemic peak in April 2020, that number hit 33%. People discovered what disciplined saving felt like, then completely abandoned it when the world reopened. So what is actually happening? The answer is one mechanism that operates so gradually, most people never notice it. It is called lifestyle inflation. Rule 1. Lifestyle inflation is invisible until it is irreversible. When income increases, spending increases in direct proportion. This is not a personal failure. It is a documented psychological response. A $15 lunch becomes a $25 lunch. You earned it. The Honda becomes a leased BMW. The adequate apartment becomes a house with a guest room that has never hosted a guest. Each individual decision feels completely reasonable. The math technically works. But the upgrades compound while savings stay flat. And once a luxury becomes your baseline, downgrading does not feel like returning to normal. It feels like punishment. This is called the hedonic treadmill. Your expectations expand to match your income, and you keep running just to stay in the same emotional place. The Millionaire Next Door study found that most actual millionaires live in average neighborhoods and drive cars that are 3 to 5 years old. The doctor driving the leased BMW looks richer than the teacher with a 10-year-old Honda who has $2 million in investments. In personal finance, appearances and reality have almost no relationship to each other. The trap is not that people spend on nice things. The trap is that they never consciously chose to. The spending just expanded to fill the available income. One reasonable decision at a time. Rule 2. Fixed costs are the mechanism, not the symptom. When you earn $50,000, your housing cost is constrained by what landlords will approve. When you earn $300,000, you qualify for mortgages that stretch your budget just as thin, but the numbers are 5 times larger. A family earning $80,000 might spend $2,000 monthly on housing. A family earning $300,000 might spend $8,000. Both families have roughly the same percentage going to shelter. Both feel equally constrained. But high earners face an additional category of fixed costs that lower earners never encounter: private school tuition, multiple car payments, vacation home carrying costs, club memberships. These are not frivolous. They are lifestyle commitments that function exactly like fixed costs once they are established. The critical word is established. Pulling a child from private school feels psychologically impossible. Selling the vacation home feels like public failure. Downgrading the car feels like an announcement that things are not going well. According to 2025 research, 47% of 6-figure earners are delaying vacations and 26% are postponing car purchases. They feel the pressure. They just have not changed what created it. The fixed costs are the bars of the cage. The lifestyle inflation is what built the cage in the first place. Rule 3. Social comparison has gone global, and it is filtered. Lifestyle creep has always existed. What changed is visibility. Social media now shows everyone else's kitchen renovations, vacations, and car purchases in real time, filtered to show only the absolute highlights. A 2025 Goldman Sachs report explicitly identified keeping up with peers as a primary driver of paycheck-to-paycheck living among high earners. Six-figure professionals feel financial pressure to match peer spending even when their own math does not support it. Here is the thing nobody says out loud. Many of the people you are comparing yourself to are more leveraged than you are. You are competing financially with people who are quietly drowning. The comparison is no longer against your neighborhood. It is against every person in your feed, curated to show only their best moments. You cannot win a race against an illusion. Rule 4. Credit debt is the symptom, not the cause. Total U.S. credit card debt reached $1.277 trillion in the fourth quarter of 2025, the highest recorded since 1999, up 66% from pandemic lows. High-income households earning over $100,000 carry an average credit card balance of $12,700. The top 20% of earners hold 35% of total U.S. credit card debt. Here is the important distinction. Lower-income households use credit to survive. Cash runs out before the month ends. Higher-income households use credit to maintain. They are financing a lifestyle that technically fits their income but leaves no margin for anything unexpected. Both groups end up in the same place, owing money with interest accruing. The high earner believes it is temporary. It often is not. Credit card debt in this context is not the problem. It is the most visible symptom of the actual problem, a lifestyle that has outpaced the savings capacity of even a high income. Rule 5. The savings rate is the only number that actually determines your financial future. Here is the math that changes everything. Someone earning $300,000 who saves 5% keeps $15,000 annually. At 7% average returns over 20 years, that becomes approximately $650,000. And then someone earning $200,000 who saves 30% keeps $60,000 annually. Same returns, same timeline, $4 million. The person earning 1/3 less builds 6 times more wealth. Because the savings rate, not the salary, is the variable that actually determines your financial future. Research from The Millionaire Next Door found that real millionaires invest at least 15% of their income before paying for anything else. Savings is not aspirational for them. It is non-negotiable, a fixed expense that comes out before any discretionary decisions are made. Rule 6. Automation makes the decision once, forever. Saving what is left after spending does not work. Spending what is left after saving does. Someone earning $400,000 who automates $120,000 annually to investments will accumulate generational wealth, regardless of how they spend the remaining $280,000. The automation makes the decision once. Then it is never a decision again. But here's what nobody talks about. And this is the part that actually changes behavior long term. The high-income poverty trap is not a money problem. It is an identity problem. When people earn a high income, they begin to use spending to signal that income to the world. The BMW is not transportation. It is communication. The Hamptons house is not shelter. It is a statement. Spending becomes the language of success because the actual financial picture, net worth, savings rate, investment accounts, is invisible to everyone around you. You cannot show someone your Vanguard account at a dinner party. You can show them the car you drove there in. This is why telling high earners to simply save more has almost no effect. They intellectually know they should. They understand compound interest, but saving feels like hiding, like denying the success they worked for. And spending feels like proof that the work paid off. The shift that actually works is redefining what proof looks like. The wealthiest people on earth, the actual ones, not the ones who appear wealthy, measure success by optionality. Can you walk away from a job that is damaging your health? Can you absorb a financial emergency without restructuring your entire life? Can you retire before 65 if you choose to? That is the proof that matters. It is built entirely by savings, not spending. Warren Buffett still lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. His net worth exceeds $100 billion. The house is not the signal. The freedom is. So here is your practical action plan. 3 steps starting today. Step 1. Calculate your actual savings rate right now. Take what you actually moved to savings or investments last month. Not what you planned, what actually happened. Divide by your take-home pay. If that number is below 15%, you are in the trap, regardless of what you earn. Step 2. Audit every fixed cost. Go through your recurring expenses and ask one question for each. Does this cost me the same percentage of my income as it did when I earned half what I earn now? For most high earners, fixed costs have grown faster than income. That gap is exactly where the trap lives. Step 3. Automate before you spend. Move a fixed percentage to investments the day your paycheck arrives, before you budget, before you decide, before the money feels like it is yours to spend. Set it up once. Do not touch it. The tools I personally recommend for this are linked in the description below. A brokerage account to start building automatically, a net worth tracker so you can see your real financial picture every month, and a budgeting tool that shows you exactly where your money actually went. I want to hear from you. Take your monthly savings and divide by your take-home pay. That is your savings rate. Drop the number in the comments. No judgment. You might be surprised how many people are in exactly the same place. I am Aria. I will see you in the next one.